Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ghost Recon Phantoms. Now this is basically Ghost Recon Online leaving open beta and it's relaunching now as Ghost Recon Phantoms. The change is kind of inspired by a new narrative surrounding a group of ex-ghosts called the Phantoms. And aside from the narrative change, there's been a lot of really neat updates made to the game, such as an updated matchmaking system where both the level of a player's skill and the level of gear that they have is taken into account to try and make fair matches. And since the last time I played this game, it's actually gotten quite the user interface overhaul. There's definitely been some graphical improvements. Modding your weapons is easier and cooler now, and I have to say Ghost Recon does some things that I wish every shooter did. Aside from the really elaborate class loadout system, which I'll show you in a little bit, each class actually has a really cool ability that allows you to sort of surmount impenetrable areas. The Assault class is my personal favorite. He not only gets really cool assault rifles, has a lot of armor, can tank a lot of damage, but he also gets an awesome shield that he can basically equip as his special ability. So you're going to see here I'm sort of peeking up, scouting, taking out a few targets far away. And as I peek up again, I'm going to see an enemy around that corner to the left. I don't have a line of sight on him, so I'm going to leap over the ledge. I have my shield ability fully charged, so I'm going to go ahead, activate it. It allows me to sprint up and basically tank any fire coming at me from head on. It allows me to get up even further. I can knock people over with it and then shoot them while they're on the ground. This ability comes in so handy, especially when you rank up a bit and you're playing against a high caliber of opponent. They will hold down areas very well. They're able to peek corners, basically look around corners because it's third person, and it's very hard to push up and take new areas. Not when you use your abilities though. You use that riot shield in conjunction with some of the other team's abilities like the Recon Spot or the support class's ability to shine heat waves on people and basically make it so that they can't peek around corners and shoot at you. You can actually take certain areas with just 2 or 3 guys really easily. Now if you haven't played the beta or seen any videos on the beta yet, it's definitely a mixture between first person and third person, and I actually really like how it works out. The third person allows you to sort of latch on to bits of cover and peek around corners very efficiently, maintaining most of your body behind cover, which is really useful. You can also get off of cover and walk around while aiming down sights, in which case it plays out just like any other first person shooter, but while you're running around, sprinting around without aiming down sights, you will be in third person mode. There's definitely a good variety of new maps since the last time I played, and each map in this game is designed really well with many flanking opportunities. The match sizes are regulated perfectly so that each map is designed specifically for the amount of players that it will let into the game. So you're never going to feel like the game is too crowded or there's not enough players. It's always going to feel just right. And this is definitely a really important feature that I think a lot of gamers take for granted nowadays, because a lot of modern day games just kind of give you all these options with servers and say, let the players decide, and you end up with all these really populated servers that are just way too crowded, way too clustery, don't offer enough strategy for each game. And this is something that Ubisoft has basically taken control over. It said, you know what, we're not going to let players just make these crazy servers, at least in ranked game modes, and they're going to kind of control it a bit, but it ends up being really good because each game mode feels well balanced. Now the game certainly revolves around modern technology, but the weaponry in the actual game is current day guns. It just has a lot of really neat modern attachments on it. Most of the stuff actually exists in real life, but the user interface kind of integrates to it in a very cool modern tactical way. I also like the damage indicators that come up when you hit players. It shows you how much more damage you're doing for a headshot and stuff like that. Players do not have a set amount of health in this game. You can modify it with the type of body armor that you wear. Now this is a free-to-play shooter, so naturally there is a store where you can buy cool gear, new guns, superficial things that make you look a lot cooler. I've put a new helmet on my character here, and I bought a golden F2000 with a pretty cool scope on here, and I'm going to try rushing this position here to take out an enemy, but it turns out there's just a few too many, and I'm ultimately going to get taken out here, but not before I take out this dude. Now one of the coolest things about this game, and something that again I wish more games would integrate is a kill card with tons of information. Not only does the kill camera show me who my killer is, it also shows me exactly where every bullet landed on my body and in what order they did and how much damage each individual shot did. This is incredible. This is like, if you want to know exactly how somebody took you down so fast, you see, oh, I was only exposing my head and they shot me 3 times in the head. So I died pretty darn fast from that. It did this much damage. That's how they killed me. It will also keep track of all your early on hits, so if you say take some damage early on, you sort of heal up a bit, engage more people, it will still show you the entire history of hits when you die and let you know where you took all of your damage from. The footage you're seeing now is me playing the Recon class, definitely a bit lighter than the Assault class, but he has a very cool ability that allows him to essentially ping people through walls. So if you're just a camper and you're hanging around a corner and you're just waiting for somebody to come by, if that person is a Recon player and they have their ability charged up, they can ping you around a wall. And I'm going to use it here in a little bit to actually spot an enemy and get a good idea of when I should peek out. So there you can see my scan go out, I spotted an enemy, peek around, take him out. It might seem slightly overpowered, but once you get used to the effectiveness of all the other classes and their abilities, it really does balance out overall, and the different classes feed off of each other really well. Also, when I ping somebody, not only are they shown up for me, but they're shown up for my allies as well. And you will get points if somebody else kills a target that you have essentially spotted. And this further encourages teamwork. If I spot a bunch of players, my teammates kill them, I will still get good points for it. I don't feel like they're taking my kills by using my abilities. It's certainly about pushing the objectives and playing the game modes properly. Speaking of which, the game modes are all still really well balanced. The mode I'm currently playing is something that's starting to pop up in a lot of different shooters right now, and I think it's honestly one of the most fun game modes to play. It's essentially a two-way rush game mode where you can push objectives towards your enemy team's home spawn location and they can push them towards your spawn location. So it's not necessarily just an offensive or defensive setup from the start. You can either play offensively or defensively, and if the enemy team's doing well, then you'll be forced into a defensive position. If you're doing well, you'll be forced into an offensive position. Now, when a round finishes, you are awarded with in-game points that allow you to upgrade your gear, buy new scopes, buy new guns and stuff like that. Some of the stuff is only purchasable with money, which is a fairly standard free-to-play model. And once you get in there and you get a cool gun like my golden F2000 here, you can open it up, buy new scopes for it using the in-game currency, trick it out with different laser sights, infrared laser sights, foregrips, different types of magazines. The customization features in Ghost Recon are just really astounding, especially compared to any other modern day shooter out there. Ghost Recon really takes the initiative here, doing what every shooter should do, but they actually are doing it. And not only does it allow you to have a very personalized looking soldier on the battlefield, but you can also customize your gun to play exactly to your playstyle. You can reduce the recoil, improve its accuracy, put whatever kind of scope you want on there, and it's just set up really well. It's very intuitive, very informative. Now, the best thing about having a free-to-play model is that you can watch my video here and I don't have to try and convince you guys that this is a game that you should go buy. You can go try it out for yourselves. If this video intrigues you, you can simply click a link in the video description to the free download of the game. Without a doubt, you're going to want to bring a tactical mindset to your game if you're the kind of person who really likes flanking or pushing people out of cover so that your teammates can take advantage of the situation and mow them down, then you're absolutely going to love this game. So for a game that's been in beta for such a long time, I think they've done a good job of polishing, balancing, and adding new features. If you've never played the game before, I think you're going to be pretty surprised by just how tactical this game can be and how much fun you can have. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video on Ghost Recon Phantoms. Try out the game for yourself. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if you've developed any cool strategies that I should integrate to my own playstyle. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.